What's up everyone, and welcome back to another videos. I love you guys so much, which is why I want you all to succeed. Therefore, I'm back with another video where I share more insight on the dreaded case interview. Interview season is upon us, and tons of current employees and recent graduates are applying for their position in consulting. If you'd like to reference some of my other videos where I go into the case or even behavioral interview, I've linked them in the bio below for you to reference after this one here. But before we get into it, please take a second to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Your continued support is what allows this channel to grow, and it would not be possible if not for you. Also, if you're interested in going into consulting, my website ryanrafi.com is the perfect gateway. By making an appointment, you get to speak with me one-on-one regarding the admissions process, interviews, resumes, and everything that takes place in between. Appointments are filling up, so be sure to check out my website after this video. But with all that being said, let's just get into today's video. A question that I've been hearing more and more about during my one-on-ones is why? Why do these horrid interviews exist, and what's their value? Case interviews offer an in-depth view of how you think, function under pressure, solve problems, and marry big picture context with attention to detail. In addition, they are excellent test scenarios for your communication ability. A winning candidate does more than just spout business knowledge, so you are tested on how you build and communicate a clear framework, break down problems into small pieces, develop real-world options, and recommend actionable solutions with executive presence. Case interviews also come in many different shapes and sizes. More specifically, market sizes. Market sizing questions are a fairly common case asked by the MBB and Big Four, which is why I think it's worth noting for a quick second. Market sizing questions, as the name presents itself, has you calculate the values of a good or service. Some example questions include how many cards were bought in the US last year, or what is the size of California's market for vegan restaurants. These questions seem very open-ended and abstract, but don't be fooled by that just yet. You'll need to defend your answer and show how your thought process brought you to your final calculation. This market sizing question isn't meant to have an exact answer either though. It's meant to be more of an approximate calculation. Assuming your answer is in the valid ballpark estimate, you should be good to go though. But it wouldn't be consulting with a couple curveballs, so be aware of any follow-up questions the interviewer might be asking after you give your final take. Another main case interview type of question is profitability. Profitability questions are a beast solely based on how you have to go about solving them. Are we focused on the revenue aspect or cost side? Determining profitability and profits requires particular calculations that you need to be ready for. Understand the scenario and the questions being asked by the interviewer. The main types of questions you're likely to come across involve how you can increase profits or revenue, which are both different questions. Conversely, you can expect some sort of question where they ask how you can mitigate a company's cost and what approaches can be taken in the short versus long term. I personally like these questions the most because of how creative you can get just based on the simple formula. Profits equal revenue minus costs. I've even linked it right here. If you're looking at the cost side, there are fixed and variable costs. You'll need to account for both, and the revenue side is just the party that I don't want to spoil the fun for you just yet. If you'd ever like to run through a case interview though, I'd highly encourage you to visit my website, ryanrafi.com, because I've had a 97% success rate for applicants who use my case interview prep to receive an offer. Lastly, we see the market study and merger types of questions. These are least likely to come up during your first case interview, so I'd expect to see these as you approach your final rounds at the MBB. Common scenarios include market entry, growing revenues, declining market shares, and so much more. Your recommendation is coming from the information provided within the questions and valid assumptions presented to the interviewer. When reviewing these types of questions, I bring up current competition, what market share they possess, and calculate the feasibility of your company's value if you were to merge within a new industry. All in all, these case interview questions are likely to come up, so be sure you're familiar with market sizing, profitability, and market entry types of cases. To review any of these three or the other types, be sure to visit my website ryanrafi.com and schedule a one-on-one appointment to improve your chances of landing your next offer. Now, if you also found this video helpful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to help out the channel. For more case interview videos, I've linked them in the bio below, but also comment below if there's something specific you'd like to see. As always, thanks. Till next time.